Welcome to a journey through the past, present, and future of tourism and hospitality industry. In this report, we explore the captivating evolution of an industry that has shaped cultures, connected people, and continues to inspire wonderlust. Welcome to the history of the tourism and hospitality management. Hospitality. Hospitality is derived from the Latin word hospes, which means guest. Hospitality is a friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, and strangers, and providing them with food, beverages, and lodging and Tourism. Tourism is derived from a Greek word fraktulo used in describing circle. It came from Hebrew word Torah, which means studying, searching, and learning. So now let us proceed to early tourism. There are two types of traveling: the business and religious traveling. Exploration and travel are essentials to humans. People in the past traveled only for business and religious purposes. Merchants traveled extensively to trade products. Sumerians invented the bani, the cuneiform writing, one of the earliest writing systems, and the wheels. The trading industry flourished. Leisure travel existed already, but it was not yet widespread. It was limited only to a few and affluent families like Greeks who traveled to witness the Olympic Games, which was first held in 776 BC. Romans who traveled for pleasure and to visit friends and relatives. Religious travels were in the form of pilgrimages to places of worship. The cities of Rome and Jerusalem were the famous sites to pilgrimages were taken to fulfill a vow as in case of illness or danger or as retribution for sins. Aside from Rome and Jerusalem, Galicia, Spain became the foremost destination for English pilgrims in the 14th century. So now let us proceed to medieval period. The fall of Roman Empire in the 5th century brought a decline in travel. Travel became difficult, dangerous, and demanding. Roads were not maintained, and it became unsafe for travelers. Thieves inflicted harm on those who attempted to travel. No one traveled for pleasure this time. Only the pilgrims and the crusaders traveled this time. Renaissance and Elizabeth era. The Renaissance period opened a new kind of travel, the educational travel. Few renowned universities during this period developed traveling for education, which mostly was introduced by Britain and became popular in the 16th century. Elizabeth I of England encouraged young men who want to be part of the court to travel different continents to widen their education and gain knowledge of the places around their country. After a while, to travel for education for the young men was called the Grand Tour. People traveled for health and wellness. Entertainment was added, and many of the watering places became a resort hotel. The Great Bath is mostly untouched and remains an example of what bathhouses were like in ancient Rome. So now let us proceed to the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution brought a significant changes in the type and scale of tourism development. It brought a social change that made travel more desirable. The increase of productivity, job regulation, and growing urbanization gave workers time and more motivation to go on a holiday. People at this time usually go to the countryside or seashore. It led to the creation of working-class resorts near major industrial hubs. Let's go on 19th century. The advancement of technology had made travel more convenient. The railway system and the steam power were introduced. The new means of transport increased transport capacity and reduced travel costs. The railway system provided a convenient and comfortable transport service for the pleasure travelers. Photography and instructional materials such as guidebooks and travelogues became popular. Tourism became more organized and it became an institution. Father of modern tourism, Thomas Cook. His first excursion trip occurred in 1841 between Leicester and Loughborough, with 571 passengers provided with meals and entertained with brass music. In 1866, he introduced the circular notes, which were accepted in banks, hotels, restaurants, and shops. 20th century. The development of travel and tourism has been interrupted. After World War I, the demand of international travel increased and large scale of migration occurred. There was also a decline in railway travel caused by the introduction of the automobile. World War II led to an increase in travel interest influenced by the advancement in aircraft technology. There was also an increase in private car ownership. The economics recovered after the war, providing an increase in discretionary income leisure time. Business and trade flourished in developed countries. New tourist-generating countries arose as economic power shifted between countries. So now let us proceed to the 21st century. At the start of the century, global events like September 11, 2001, World Trade Center, New York City bombing, war in Iraq, terrorist attacks, and health scares hit a decline in international travel. The country also brought a massive technological transformation as the increase in internet usage revolutionized travel services. The 21st century marks the integration of technological achievements to hospitality industry, making hotels and restaurants reach new heights. So now let us go to Spanish occupation. Travels were limited only to education, employment, and religious pilgrimage. Only few can travel to foreign countries because it is time-consuming and expensive. Traveling to Spain could take 1 year via Manila Acapulco Galleon trade route. Spaniards introduced innovation such as railroads, electricity, and telegraph. In 1889, Hotel de Oriente, the city's first deluxe hotel, was opened. Now let us proceed to American occupation. The journey from America to Manila usually took 2 weeks by ocean liner. In 1935, the first Trans-Pacific flight was inaugurated. In 1937, the country's first private airport was established. It is where the country's first airline, the Philippine Airline, took its first flight in 1941. The Americans opened the Manila Hotel on July 4, 1912, which became the city's landmark. Now let us proceed to the earliest tourism organization in the Philippines. In 1952, the country's first tourism association was organized, the PTTA, which means Philippine Tourist and Travel Association. In 1956, the government through RA 1478 created the Board of Travel and Tourist Industry, the BTTI. In 1973, the BTTI was recognized in the Ministry of Tourism, now known as the Department of Tourism. In 1974, DOT, or the Department of Tourism, hosted international conferences and sporting events. In 1977, the University of the Philippines offered the first tourism degree course in the country. In 1989, DOT launched its first promotional campaign with the slogan Fiesta Island Philippines. In 1990s, local civil aviation boosted tourism in the country with budget airlines entered the business. In 2000, the celebration of a public holiday was moved to the nearest weekend. In 2003, DOT launched a promotional campaign, Wow Philippines. Next, the Philippines faced three major problems in the year 2010. Criticism of the marketing campaign Pilipinas Kay Ganda. All Philippine carriers were banned from flying over European airspace. Hostage-taking incident at the Corina Grandstand when a police officer held a busload of tourists from Hong Kong hostage. In 2012, a new marketing campaign was launched by DOT. It's more fun in the Philippines. DOT continued its campaign with a Visit the Philippines year 2015 and the Visit the Philippines again in the year 2016. In 2019, the Department of Tourism relaunched its More Fun in the Philippines and focused on promoting the country as a sustainable tourism destination. The implication of travel and tourism history to the present tourism industry is that it suffices and provides essential information that can be used for innovation, development, and sustainability. In conclusion, the history of the tourism and hospitality industry is a fascinating journey of human explorations, cultural exchange, and the pursuit of leisure and comfort, reflecting the ever-evolving desires and aspirations of people around